Stuff my face with bread, with breasts, with a shoulder of a friend, with a corner of a desk, with communion, with a yes, and I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to Pretty Much Experts. I'm Robert John. I'm with Skyler.
Hey, everybody.
We're in little fucking Guelph, Ontario. We got Mikey living in the van in Vancouver City. What are you saying, brother?
Not recording.
Not recording?
Oh, totally recording. Totally recording. Never
he's
mind.
here now. He's here.
I'm good. I'm good.
We'll,
Hungo.
We'll leave the intro in. It's fine.
Yeah.
Fucking hungo.
Throwing down a granola
good,
bar
though.
like a true cuck.
Dude, like they fucking... I get that it's marketing, but it's like... Ooh, cinnamon roll. Delicious cinnamon roll granola bar. It's the driest, blandest fucking granola bar I've ever had. It's just literally a bunch of cinnamon on some oats. It's not a cinnamon roll.
Don't call it a cinnamon roll if it's not rolled,
It's
am I
not
right?
rolled. How much cinnamon?
It's not rolled, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Rolled oats. Oh, okay. Yeah, they rolled the oats, so...
Did they
Probably
roll
got
those?
me with that.
No, they just fucking mashed it all together.
All oats are rolled, bud.
Oh.
Look at you fucking thinking you
Little
know
fucking
things.
cuck bitch.
How do they roll them, the big shot?
Yeah.
Dude, Google it, okay? Go fuck yourself. I'm not your library. Not your cuck-ass library.
Not your bookstore. Oh, yeah. So, how's everybody been?
BL
Good.
still M.
Yeah.
BL still M.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It'll never stop, bud.
No, they always will.
Yeah.
No. PSR, BL is still M. You know, that shit's timeless.
Universal law.
Universal law.
PSR.
PSR, BL's M.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just living the dream.
Oh, jeez, I've had a few beers today.
JT.
Did you drink all of those?
Oh, baby, it's been a long. Let me hold this up to the camera.
That's five.
Hot damn.
I'm on 5,
Six.
plus a few Irish
That's what
coffees.
That's what happens though when we talk for like 3 hours before we start the fucking shows.
Yeah, oh yeah. Except for you, cuck boy.
I don't drink. I got shit to do.
That's
Every
what I mean.
time we fucking do this fucking podcast, it gets in the way of my entire day. I can't be drinking. Kidding me? I smoke 6 joints, but
What if you just stuck to highway driving?
you're right. You're right. You're right. No, today I got to go right into the downtown.
Oh,
So.
fuck. Yeah, you can't be doing that. That'd be irresponsible.
Mm-mm. Dude, it's fucking gnarly down there on the best of days.
Even with COVID?
Yeah.
Especially.
Oh yeah. It's like the lanes aren't wide enough or something. I feel like people just drive in the middle of all the lanes.
What do
Like
you-
they don't.
Are you driving
or like
a
you know what I mean? Like they're
fucking
between two.
Canyonero? Like, what the fuck?
Dude, speaking of Canyonero, I'm getting one.
Yeah?
I'm fucking getting one. It's high on my list, and I might have a chance of getting one.
Where do you get yourself
It's called a Wagoneer.
Oh, okay.
It's called a Jeep Wagoneer.
Nice.
It's got the same front end as the cartoon. Beautiful truck. And I might have a line on one. So I'm gonna I would literally sell everything else. It's my dream truck.
Wow, for the Canyonero.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
what's it actually called?
Wagoneer.
Wagoneer. Okay.
Yeah. Almost as cool. But the license plate's definitely gonna say Canyonero.
2 lanes wide.
You know? Yeah. Oh, fucking bird, but 2 lanes wide. Canyonero.
Unexplained fires are just par for the course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I've only had my 3rd beer today,
Hmm.
but I feel like I woke
Look at
up
you,
with
responsible.
a bit of a hangover. That it was that, you know, it's like if I start drinking, I think it's just gonna be the continuation from last night's gonna kick in, and I think it has.
I feel like we've been like pretty good.
Yeah, we've been tame the last little bit.
Like we had that 2 weeks ago incident where I made a few angels in the kitchen, but since then I've been like active. Like I gotta like drink less.
Yep.
And you know, I just little hats off to myself for like recognize like, oh, that got a little out of hand, pull it back. and I pulled it back.
I'm not taking my hat off to that, okay?
No, you've had 6 beers and it's only like 5 o'clock
Yeah,
here.
buddy.
Whatever.
And you haven't dealt with your night blood yet. So no hats off.
Over here, Mikey.
Yeah, you can't deal with the night blood yet. Just making fun of your night blood.
You gotta
I
deal
had-
with the fucking
I did
night
have
blood.
night blood recently, yeah.
See, it's like, well, we're not gonna take our hats off to you until you deal with the goddamn night blood.
Maybe it's just like your teeth. Like maybe your teeth are bleeding.
No, it's a nasal thing.
Ooh.
I'll do a Horks
Dude,
in the
it's-
morning, and it's
I-
mostly blood.
Ugh.
Yeah, but that sounds like it could be from your gums.
No, it's like it's there. It's in the back of the
But
throat.
that gum blood's gonna get in you.
I
It's
don't
gonna
think
get
it's
in you.
gum
It's gonna
blood.
mix with all the spit, and
I'm not
I
gonna
bet
like.
you have.
I'm not gonna stand on a pedestal and say I practice the most oral hygiene, but it's not
Because
bad.
you don't. Because you
Like, I'm
definitely
not-
don't.
My gums aren't bleeding all through the night that there's blood in my throat. It's more like
Which one of us motherfuckers has never had a cavity? This guy, okay? This
you
guy.
have
Motherfucker,
certain. You've
Lost a
No.
whole tooth to a
yeah,
cavity.
your dentist
I've
was
lost,
a
I've
Hamilton
lost a few,
like fucking
but
parking
I've
lot.
never
Hamilton
been
parking
I've never
lot.
been told I had a pet.
You showed me the tooth.
That happened once.
It had the giant. Like I've never seen a hole so big in my life. Bigger than a pussy.
Gaping. Yeah, gapage.
Yeah, you lost the
And
whole tooth.
listen. We could go around in circles all day. No one had ever told me that was because of a cavity. So go fuck yourself. You know. That could have been any number
That
of fucking
hole could have
culprits.
come from anything.
It could have come from anywhere, dude. You heard of
Unpopped
black
kernel.
holes? Where do they come from?
Yeah.
Suck
Magnets. How do they work?
There you go. You want to turn the goddamn computer so I can see your brother's stupid face?
No.
Turn it.
Please and thanks. There
He's
you
got a
go.
scooter.
That's what I'm here
Oh,
for.
it's so crooked now.
What's going on with the hairdo there, big nuts?
Oh,
Hey, it's all gone.
shift your little chair over there, you little cunt.
Oh, yeah.
Shaved it
That
off.
looks good.
There's no more Krusty the Clown.
Yeah, I just got
You
tired
look
of-
like you have more
being
hair
bullied.
than you did when you had long hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. It's like you can see my hairline now, right? Like
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. I don't know.
Or maybe it was because it was so wispy up top, it looked like that was all fake or
It's
something.
true,
I don't
too,
know.
yeah.
I just got. It's
It looked
like,
like you had the horseshoe.
it was totally like a fucking Pedro moment from Napoleon Dynamite, where it was just one day. It was like it's just too
It's too
hot.
hot.
It's just too hot. And like, I feel like because like the hairstyle that I had, I used to like I'd like use like whatever that pomade shit is.
You called it fucking cum.
Yeah.
I didn't call it. That was squirt. It was the beard squirt.
It was a hair squirt.
Yeah.
Hair cum.
But so I'd suck it back and it would look nice. But because of this whole COVID nonsense, like we're not leaving the house, so
No.
it's like I'm not styling my hair. And then it's just like I found
Yeah.
that it's like I'm wearing a hat in my own home because my hair just looks so fucking stupid when it's not like combed. That it's like it's time
Just
to go.
when it's long in general.
Yeah.
When it's long in general, right?
I was
like,
pretty close to like cutting mine off this weekend too.
Yeah.
Just on like
This is
similar.
hot.
It's always messy because I don't care. I'm not doing anything ever.
Yeah.
But I do have this like really cool mullet going that I'm like, this is worth maintaining. I've been working on this for a while.
debatable.
Yeah.
Debatable.
It's cool. I was really annoyed and like, I think what comes before March, February,
Yep.
and like
Sure.
mid-February, my friend like gave me a haircut and she cut it all off just because she didn't want it, selfishly. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
in her
okay, I'm gonna
face.
grow it back. I'm gonna grow it back. And now that it's back to where it was, like it's fucking cool to just pet down.
Yeah.
But the top is like such a fucking mess all the time that
Yeah.
I'm leaning toward you, like the Pedro. Like if I just
down to
shaved
the
it,
wood, though. Down to
I don't want to
the
go down to the
sucks.
wood. I
Like,
just want to
mean,
do what you got there.
Yeah,
I just
it's-
want to buzz it
That's
down.
down
It's
to
like-
the wood, man.
No,
No,
that's
it's
not
not
wood.
I can't
Funny
pull it off.
story.
That's not wood.
Funny story. It's not to the wood. Like
Pre-wood.
But basically, like when I cut my hair, I got my clippers. Like I kind of like let the sides grow out a bit, so like I had options. And
Sure.
when I used the clippers, it's like okay, I'm gonna
It's
try.
real Krusty the Clown, like.
I'm
yeah.
gonna go to number 4. I'm gonna try number 4 first, we'll say, right? And cut it, and it's like, it's still kind of long, and like I'm definitely like getting old and losing my hair, so it's like patchy, and it's just like it looks dumb. So I'm gonna go down another one, right? And went down like another down to 3. Did it again, and same thing. Just like, no, you know what? I'm gonna do another one. So I did go down to like number 3, right? Do it, and then it's like, okay, this is close to what I want. So I'm gonna go down one more, and then I should be good. But then when I went into my fucking kit, like I had lost
Oh,
that
yeah.
one, number 2, we'll say. And so the only one that was below that's left is like the one you're supposed to use
The
for
ear
like
one.
your ears.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
all right, well,
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to the ear, right? So it's not.
That's borderline wood,
Yeah,
dude.
but it's
That's
not like
that's
the.
pretty much down to
It's
the wood.
like I think you can still like even if I took the thing off and did it,
Right.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like it would go.
You
to,
get more.
That's the wood.
Yeah.
That's what I
the
consider
wood. Yeah,
wood.
That's
what
the
I say
wood.
is the
That's
wood.
the wood.
That's
I
what I
do
use
that
on my
for the,
face.
for the back of the neck kind
Right.
of thing. My hair.
I noticed the back of your neck was very clean. Do you use a mirror?
No,
You just feel it.
I just grab the back of my hand.
What?
like-
You don't use a mirror
no,
for
I
the
do
back
this.
of your neck?
It's clean.
Like you see
I have
my
to
hand?
give it to him.
I do this,
Wow.
and I put it on
Yeah,
my
yeah.
back.
You
of my
lobster
hand,
claw.
and then I just fucking do the whole thing. And then here's the
think I can
tricky
get away
part.
with
Here's
that.
the tricky part. You then got to take your other hand, line it up, and push it
Yeah.
around the other side, and then do the other side.
Too much, dude. Get a mirror. Get a
No.
fucking mirror.
No, fuck you,
Like-
cuck bitch.
That's only.
I taught myself how to
only
cut
reason
my
I
own
have a
hair and
mirror.
eat fucking pussy. Look where I am.
Dude, been doing both those things for like 40 years.
Yeah, expert. Pretty much.
It reminds me, like, when
Pretty much.
I used to work at the skateboard shop when I was in high school, and like being a business person, like the owner like sold like everything extreme sports in quotes, so there's like rollerblades and shit. And he used to say like people come in and they buy rollerblades and they tell him all about it, and his line was like, rollerblading is like masturbating. Like, you could be the best in the world, I don't want to see pictures or hear about it. Like, I don't care how good. I don't
Yeah.
need to see a picture of
Yeah.
that. Like, no.
That is definitely one of those activities where you have to justify to your friends and just socially.
Yeah. It's so funny because I saw a rollerblader today in front of my house, and it was just like, what a fucking piece of shit.
So stupid.
Full like helmet, wrist pads, you know, and like I want to say they were between the ages of like 17 and 22. Like they were, you know what I mean? Like
I don't.
older,
Too old.
too old,
Too old.
should old
It's
enough
like-
to know better.
I've never like
Yeah, 12 is the cutoff.
put
Yeah.
on rollerblades and thought like I'm gonna jump downstairs. I'm gonna do
No.
a rail. I'm gonna do a grab, which makes no fucking sense.
Grab
They're-
my ankle.
Good, grab my ankle. While I-
Grab my other ankle.
but it's like I've already known how to ice skate my whole life, so like putting on rollerblades wasn't ever hard.
No.
I feel like all three of us
No.
are in the same boat. It's like you put on rollerblades and there's like 3 minutes of like getting used to it, and then it's like, okay, I got this.
Yeah.
It's the easiest thing of all time.
Yeah.
And everyone just is like,
Sure.
this
Well,
is
it's actually easier than skates.
It's
because
easier
you can do
than
them
skates.
Up evenly and uniformly, and it's like easy to adjust.
yeah. And
Yeah,
they're
no.
rolling the whole time. It's not like
Yeah,
pieces
on ice.
of like
Yeah.
a sword under your foot on ice, which is slippery
Yeah.
as shit. Like you're on concrete.
Yeah.
It's easy as fuck to rollerblade. And it's like, this is just good enough to like keep my hockey skills over the summer, and then you go back to actual skating, which
Yeah.
is like hard and you
Yeah.
can get better at.
So
But like no one
Yeah,
gets better at rollerblading.
no.
But like hockey, it's like
Not
there's a better
really.
way to do like like, you know, when you like take off, like you can like cut in, you can stop on the left, stop on the right.
Mhm.
Like there's like skills you develop. Rollerblading from day one, I was as good as I've ever been at rollerblading.
Yeah, 3 minutes in.
That's
3
it.
minutes
There's
in.
only like one level of rollerblades.
Yeah.
Everyone like, immediately is the same level of good.
So I'm just having.
Well, there's actually 2 levels, but like your boss said, don't want to hear about it.
I don't
So
need to
here.
see a video of it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm just having like a stoner moment over here where it's like, how the fuck did like ice hockey ever become a thing?
Yeah.
Like it's such an
don't know.
unnatural.
That's a good
Everything about it, like basketball, I get it. You're throwing ball into a hoop, right? Like a soccer, I get it. You're kicking. Like, but hockey, it's like, okay, now we're gonna strap on these
Strap
fucking
these
blades
on.
onto our feet, freeze
Yeah.
that ice over there, freeze that water,
Yeah.
and we're gonna fucking get sticks now and like shoot a
Yeah.
puck around.
And,
It just
and
seems so
fire this fucking puck around.
so fucking stupid. Like running, I get that, right? Like there's a reason
Yeah, yeah.
why that's like a thing in the Olympics. Like, everybody runs. We've been running for millennia. But
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like you can find all the other sports in nature or
Yeah.
something. It's like, you know.
yeah, like
Like hockey's just like, yeah, it's so much like
if
preparation.
If monkeys
Just-
tomorrow invented a sport in the monkey kingdom, it would probably be soccer. Like, it's just
Yeah,
so
or
it's the most
basketball or
basic
something.
thing,
right?
yeah,
Like,
throwing something into something.
Yeah.
Yeah, kicking something into something.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
No frills.
no frills. They're so far behind us. They aren't strapping blades on their feet. Stupid monkeys.
Dude, apparently they've hit the fucking whatever, the Bronze Age
I've
or
heard that,
whatever
yeah.
they call it.
Monkeys?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
The fucking monkeys stealing the coronavirus.
Monkeys
yeah,
have it?
that didn't you hear about
No.
that? The
Dude,
fucking
Oh, I did
Monkeys
hear that.
have
I
it
shared
now.
it. Yeah, Planet of the Apes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
told
are
you
in
that.
control of it.
Yeah,
That's so fucking funny.
that's great.
Yeah.
There was a point
Not even the
during,
president can slow
like,
that
height
down.
of coronavirus when I like checked like Twitter every day for like latest news, trending news, and it's like, what's the latest?
Yeah.
And when that was like trending, like Planet of the Apes is real. Like
Yeah.
this monkey fucking attacked the lab technician, escaped fully infected and is loose in whatever country that was. I don't remember. France maybe.
I thought it was
India.
South America. But
I don't
India.
remember.
Was it India?
India. It was
India,
India.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like this is the best thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
I'm
This is
so
it.
excited. This is the best. Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
such a
I don't even care.
literally Planet of the Apes.
The world's
Like,
over, I
there's
give it.
this giant virus
Yep.
that's fucking like wiping out everybody. Killed like 400,000 people around the world.
Sure.
Like the race wars that's going on in America, right? Like people, and then they even sent fucking like astronauts up to the fucking space station like last Saturday,
Yep.
and now the monkeys are got the virus and they're gonna take over. Right? Like, the numbers have been thinned out. Mark Wahlberg is in space, and he's going to come back
Well,
in 3 years, and it's like monkeys are going to be taken over.
I've heard a few people talk about it. It's like, what are monkeys doing anywhere near the fucking facilities where this virus is being kept? Or the people in control of it? What are they doing? Just eradicate it. I'm sorry, PETA, whatever.
Yeah.
Get rid of the monkeys in that area.
Yeah.
Ship them out.
Oh, you're saying
You
kill
know?
all the
Maybe
monkeys.
either kill them or just like be more responsible where you're building these fucking facilities.
I think
one or the
have
other.
been, like,
Whatever's
test
easiest.
monkeys.
They have to be test monkeys.
Yeah, like the monkeys
I'm
broke
sure,
out.
you know what? I'm sure they were.
They're looking
and
for
that's a separate issue.
vaccines, whatever they're doing.
I don't think the monkeys broke into the
They
facility.
didn't break it.
Well, I don't know.
We
for
don't
sure.
know.
Break
I don't
it
know
and
that.
steal shit.
Yeah, they're in the Bronze Age. They have tools now.
I'm sure they'll
could've
spin
picked
it
that
that
lock.
way after they take over. They'll rewrite history and say that
Yeah,
they meant
exactly.
to break in, but I
Oh,
think
yeah.
they
Yeah.
were just captive monkeys.
I've never heard anything on it, so I can only
Likely.
assume that all parties involved are dead.
Yeah.
No
Like,
news
They're all dead.
report.
No
Everyone's
news
dead.
means
Yeah,
they've obviously
everyone's
taken
dead.
over.
No one's reporting any news. That means it's like there's no communication.
No, monkeys haven't figured out the internet yet.
No, it's India.
Yeah.
They don't
But
have it.
Mikey, did you watch the SpaceX over the weekend?
No, I didn't see it.
It was fucking great.
It was pretty cool. I guess it was like last couple
Yeah,
weekends
yeah,
ago.
yeah,
now,
yeah.
right?
Continuity.
A launch? Like the launch?
yeah.
It
Yeah,
was,
it was
a-
still like fucking weeks ago. It was like
Continuity,
last month. Continuity.
But whatever. We all got together and watched the fucking SpaceX launch, and it's so fucking cool. People going to space, and it took
Yeah.
like 90 seconds.
cool.
Yeah, they were within 2 minutes. They were fucking
Wow.
in outer space, just
It's
orbiting.
so
yeah.
fucking cool.
Going like 20,000 miles
What-
an hour.
It was insane. Like it showed the speedometer, and it's like, what the fuck
I didn't know
is
you could
going
go that
on?
speed,
Wow.
yeah.
Do they still measure it in miles per
Yeah.
hour, or is it miles per second?
It was per hour, but it was
Yeah.
like 11,000. It was fucked.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
Like they went so fast.
What do planes do? Like fucking 700 or something?
Yeah, I think about 700. Like
700
wow.
what?
miles an hour.
Okay.
I think 1,000, like 1,200's like Mach 1-ish. Like that's the speed of sound.
1,000, yeah, I'd say that.
And that spaceship was doing over 2. Like they're fucking
Yeah, oh, yeah.
cooking it. So
Well,
cool.
holy shit.
It doesn't. I don't know. I feel like
They're in
3
space and-
Gs is a like it's all with the G force.
Yeah, but
and
that's
stuff.
like a fucking fighter pilot, like going full speed and then banking.
Turning. Yeah.
Not just going straight up. Like, that's so sick.
And like
They're going so fast, like, just straight.
And like you commented on too, but like we've all seen like, you know, when the Apollo missions take off and it's just this like slow rocket that's like just like creeping
I
along.
assume that's how
But
it
this was just like
Yeah.
beep,
It's gone.
like, fucking gone.
Seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, like it was just fine.
Electric.
Yeah, and then they re-land. Like we kind of missed it because the feed got shitty, but they re-landed the fucking like rocket on the
That's the most impressive thing
on the
That's
ship.
cool.
in the history of human civilization.
And like the ship's name was like the stupidest.
I still love
yeah,
you.
remember I still love you or something stupid. So they kept saying like, but they kept being like, and now we're going back to the like, remember I still love you to the live feed.
But it's just like totally Elon Musk, like inside baseball to his girlfriend or his mom or somebody.
Yeah, oh
Yeah.
But it is less like, yeah, it's like the rocket's gonna land on I still love you in T-minus 90
Yeah,
seconds.
don't forget toilet paper when you go to the grocery store.
Yeah. And every time they mentioned it, they had to say, like, remember I still love you.
Yeah, remember
I still love you.
I think it was,
Parked
of course, I still
outside
love
the,
you,
like, yeah.
But
Outside the,
Do you
like,
think like the
city video.
astronauts have to like, you know, like when you go to the dentist and you can't eat or drink for 24 hours or whatever before? Do you think it's like that?
Probably.
Getting blasted
Oh,
into space?
definitely.
Or do you
Like
want to
going-
be fully loaded?
so-
Do you want to be fucking to the
they
gills?
probably want you to eat food because like of the G-force thing. Like if you're on an empty stomach and going into like,
You'll shit out your kid.
well, I just think you would. Maybe it's like a high
what you
probability
said.
that you pass out. Like you probably want
Yeah.
to put gas in the tank before you go somewhere.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you want to pack it though? You want to get all
Yeah.
like you want to just fill it up full of reserves?
I don't know. I like, and because like they do like quarantine them, right? Like
Yeah.
they quarantine for like
Yeah.
a week before they go up.
They
into
monitor
space.
the
Yeah, they can't
numbers,
see their family and
everything.
shit.
It's you
You
know what?
can't be Gary Sinise.
No.
No.
But it makes you wonder like if it's like surgery, like 12 hours before they don't want you to eat anything.
You can't have diarrhea.
Well, you can.
No, you
You
can't.
can't have diarrhea.
No.
No, clog the instrument. Okay. You can't have
No,
diarrhea.
those suits are fucking airtight. The diarrhea is
You
not
can't
getting
diarrhea in your suit.
You don't.
It's like kids are born with like shit in their lungs. It's kind of like that. You shit in your suit and you just inhale it.
It's not like that at all.
It's
I'm sure
exactly
you-
like being in the womb and shitting in your fucking mom's stomach. No, I had a friend of mine. This is totally unrelated, but totally related to what I'm saying. I had a friend of mine almost die as a child because she like shit in her own face or whatever. I think she listens to the show, so I'm sorry for laughing about it. But
I
it's
just
the only time I've ever heard about it.
threw up in my mouth and swallowed it.
You can't do it though. It's like the
How?
spacesuit. That's what I'm saying. You can't shit in the womb and you can't shit in the spacesuit. So having diarrhea is definitely a no-go.
I cannot imagine a baby shit in the womb. Like, you need to elaborate.
Babies don't.
I don't
shit
know.
in the womb.
She shit in the womb, inhaled it, and almost died as a fucking child.
No, like
I don't know
I
anything
think
else
my
about it.
understanding isn't like when the baby's in the womb, its ass is plugged up with something, so it doesn't shit. But that's why like when they
Yeah.
come out, they like piss and shit. Because they
Constantly.
like
I think
at
that's when it
when they come
happened.
out because it like breaks that seal.
Rumor has it you were quite the pisser on your birth.
Oh, I think I pissed all over the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep him on.
Came out as a
Pissed right in his
degenerate.
face.
Yeah. Get off me. Just piss on him. But yeah, but I think there's an issue there. Like I could see like if the baby shits in the mom, shits that thing out in the mom, it's not good
Yeah.
for the mom. Like she can die. So I imagine maybe like the baby shit and then like fell into it.
Yeah,
And-
went face first into it. Yeah.
That's fucking wild. Why would you tell anybody that
It's
story?
exactly like spacesuit. I don't know. I have no idea why. But she's alive and well.
That's good. No
Yeah.
after effects from
I mean, that's debatable, but
yeah. That's fair.
You know,
We'll talk
she
about
definitely
that.
looks like she's got shit in her face. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. If you're listening, I'm just kidding.
Well, with that, should we segue into our topic of this week?
Yeah. Dude, speaking of this too, I heard some shit that wasn't on this documentary that involved shitting. So we definitely need to get into this.
Yeah, so I guess we watched Epstein Filthy Rich on
Oh man, Epstein.
the Netflix the other day, and we thought we would discuss the man himself, Jeff
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
J.E.
Yeah, the Jay-Z for sure.
Jay-Z.
For sure on this.
I don't know. I think we gotta like just get right to the chase and like my
He
favorite.
had an egg shape.
Yeah, egg-shaped. What the fuck does that mean?
It only came up once, but it sounded legit.
But they started that episode and it was just like, this is the greatest thing I've ever watched. Yeah, is it true that your dick is shaped like an egg? Motherfucker, please.
You can see him getting all flustered.
Were they
He's just
saying
like, I'm
that to
taking his
just get a
mic off.
reaction, or did
But
people
they-
actually say he had like a little Wario dick?
I
Both.
feel like though when you
Both.
watch it, like
Both.
the look in his eye is just like, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
fucking,
Go
I
on.
guess fucking egg dick.
yeah.
But he's like obviously
He does smile a lot in those depositions.
Oh, because he's cucking them.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cucking 'em
just
hard.
owning it, and it just like go. I don't know. It's so dumb. It's so dumb that they have the ability to just like, I'm gonna plead the fifth. I'm not gonna say fucking
Dude,
anything,
It's fucked.
and
it's fucked.
you have to acquit me because I'm just
What
not
were
gonna
the
say
other
anything.
like amendments he
Yeah.
was quoting? Like I've heard plead the fifth, but he's like I'm
Fifth,
pleading my
sixth, and
fourth,
seventh.
sixth,
The
seventh, fifth.
6th
Yeah.
and 11th.
He had
or
so
whatever,
many
yeah.
amendments he's quoting.
He had a gun on him, probably.
Yeah.
He's right.
Ah,
That's
I'm
right.
pleading my second,
Probably.
Plead my second, my first.
first, second,
All
fourth,
right to
fifth,
vote.
sixth.
I like to do.
But like
do
I
them all.
heard some shit on another podcast like a year ago about Jeffrey Epstein, and they were and like it didn't come up in this documentary, but they were talking about like the staff he has at his island, fucking pedophile island there.
Yeah.
And there's all this staff that get fucking used in the in this sex game shit that's going on,
Oh,
and he
of course.
has like a fucking string of like young Hispanic girls, whatever nationality they are, but like some Hispanic of some sort.
Yeah.
And it's like young women that he pays to sit on a hammock while he gets under it and they shit in his mouth. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. That was on, I heard it on Tiger Belly. And they talked about it like for like months and months. It'd come up every episode how Jeffrey Epstein likes to have these girls sit and shit through a hammock into his
That
face.
can't be real.
It's perfectly on brand with everything we've been talking about, but I swear to God, I fucking heard that.
That's fucked. I mean, the guy is a pretty big piece of shit, but like, do we have to? Do we have to like make
Dude,
up
I
things?
swear to God, I didn't make
No.
that up. I didn't
It's-
make
I
it
don't
up.
know.
See, like that's where my like. He's
Or maybe it was like the Facebook guy.
But
or
he's
something.
horrible.
It was
might
one of
be.
these guys.
He's like a horrible dude.
Yeah.
For sure. Like raped thousands of people.
Thousands.
Uncountable amounts.
Yeah.
Like they talked about like he had his day of like morning, afternoon, and evening massages like in his schedule.
Yeah.
Like the guy, I don't know how he did any work. He's just getting massaged all day by like prostitutes
Okay.
and like children.
Getting
Like,
his egg
But if
fuck.
they weren't if they weren't children, how wrong would this be? If people were
if they weren't
consenting
children,
and
no,
being paid,
no, he
No.
paid them, but they were children, so that's fucked. That's fucked.
that is the fucking
They're like
part, for
13
sure.
and 14-year-old. That's absolutely fucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
But my point is, like, how does that escalate to just laying under a hammock and having someone shit all over you? Like,
It
no,
is a leap.
Dude, that's how
Like-
deviancy works.
I feel like I'm a little deviant, and I'll do like.
Well, you will get there eventually.
But like,
is what
how
we're
does
saying.
it
We're wishing to
escalate?
be fucking
How
gay
does it
last episode.
escalate to that point? That like traditional.
Well,
sex
first you
doesn't
start
do
with a
it.
dude hanging his dick through the hammock, and then you suck it, and then that's not enough for you, and then you got to get Hispanic women to shit on you. That's how it all works.
I can't
RJ.
wrap my head around
There's
it.
like a humiliation aspect to it. Like maybe
I think
that's
that's
like,
a lot
but
of it.
like
yeah.
that's pretty
See, like
humiliating.
for someone like him that I think is a narcissist,
Mm.
like
Yeah,
an
yeah.
all I'm the bigger than anyone. I could see him laying in a hammock and shitting all over some young girl. Like, that is horrible, but that makes sense for what I think of him. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's not funny. I don't know why you're laughing. But, like, of what I know of him, like, that seems like his position.
Yeah.
I'm going to shit and piss
For sure.
all over some young Hispanic girl.
Yeah.
Because I'm garbage.
Yeah.
But for him to be on the grass, like a grassy bottom, and just like,
Yeah, like,
Like,
outside. Like, why would you do that
why
outside?
would he do that? Why would he do that?
Dude, I'm
But
pulling
I
up the
believe you.
clip.
Like, he's...
I'm pulling it up.
Maybe it's just like people are into like diaper stuff. You know, like maybe it's
They're
just...
all wrong. All of them are wrong.
Oh yeah, no, they're fucking weird. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying.
I'm saying it's wrong.
Okay.
You're into diaper stuff.
It's fucking wrong.
Okay, it's not Jeffrey Epstein.
It's-
Okay, hold on. It's John McAfee.
Who's that?
So the guy who owns the fucking internet security company and a bunch of other shit.
Oh,
I'm just gonna play the clip. I mean, it's a minute clip, but I'll play the first little bit because I saw the subtitles and it's perfect.
On this hammock, the hammock has a hole. He puts in a hammock. Then after that, he lays down on the hammock. Then he would cut a little hole, and he would sit there. That's what he used it for. Because he wanted to have like scat sex, and then I didn't agree with that.
Scat sex.
What is scat sex? I mean, you poop in someone's mouth. He used to make shit.
How do you just have that queued up? What the fuck was that?
What is scat sex? I mean, you poop in someone's mouth. He used to make you shit in his mouth. Like that.
Even she's laughing.
Oh
Even
my
she's
God.
laughing. Okay, so it wasn't Jeffrey Epstein, but it might have happened on his island.
gonna say, like-
Okay.
It happened on
Yeah.
an island somewhere.
I mean, the guy's a piece of shit. But like, we have to start making things
Yeah.
up.
Dude, we're just not ruling it out,
No,
okay?
okay.
He's a deviant.
He's
deviant.
deviant.
He just liked him young. But yeah,
Yeah, that's...
You know what I took away from
That's
that,
the
though?
fucking tragedy
In no
here.
way is this statement, like, going easy on him at all.
here it comes.
But it seemed like the ones he liked young, in quotes,
Yeah.
like he molested. And
Yeah.
then he raped older girls.
What's the difference?
Well, I think because
I
they
just
were
mean, like,
probably
within
less
his mind, like,
impressed- or,
there was, like, a line of, like, I will
Yeah.
finger bang some, like, 12-year-old,
Yeah.
but I'll actually penetrate a 16-year-old. I just find that interesting. I'm not saying, again, it's
That he's
not
cut
a
standards.
line of, like, good, bad, like, he's not that bad. He's a
Yeah,
horrible...
yeah.
That's considered rape in both my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
That's rape.
Yeah.
But you're
for
saying,
sure.
yeah.
For sure.
But there is, like... I'm just trying to think of, like, his thinking of, like, there is a line of, like,
You want to
based on that, like,
head.
5-part documentary, like, he's not, like, banging...
RJ wants to get inside his hammock.
I don't know. I just... Jesus.
I'd fucking shit on
I just
someone
find-
for
I know what
you're saying.
$300.
There's just something so interesting about someone so depraved that, like, we're like, that guy's fucked. But even within his mind, like, he does have boundaries.
got a code.
He's got a code.
Yeah.
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 That code is broken,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's all
It's a
rape.
fucking
It's all
code.
rape, but there is a code.
Yeah.
Well, I think some of it might have to do with the fact that, like, when you're old, as you get older, you realize that these things, without even being told, they feel wrong. And,
Yeah.
like, you are more, I guess, in tune with your feelings and able to, like, voice them, right? That might have something to do with it, too. That it's like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was, like, a thrill to that, like, denial. Like, there, you know, you get a certain... At 10 years old, are you going to know the same that you're going to know at 16, right? Like, what's right and wrong. Like, these people abusing their power and stuff. Like, you're not going to be able to communicate it the same way. Maybe there was a fucking thrill element to that where it's like these women are saying no, and that's where he's getting off, you know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I felt
don't
like
know. I mean, I don't want to get
It's-
I
too
don't-
deep into
yeah,
the
I
mind
know
of this
it-
fucking
the
it's
weird thing with, like,
psychopath,
the young girls, like like the super young ones, was it was like always like someone that he seemed to be grooming
Yeah.
for what you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like he would send them to
For
fucking
future rapes.
wherever. Like, I'm gonna send you to Spain so you can learn ballet from like some fucking ballet girl person
ballet
that
cook.
does it good. Yeah.
Does it good?
Yeah, I'll pay for that. And then he's like, but then I'm also gonna like come every month and you're gonna give me a massage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every month.
And I have 40 of you, so that twice a day I'm getting this kind of
Yeah,
transactions
I'm
going
over,
on.
all over the world. I'm
Yeah.
making my stops. Yeah, I don't know, but not to like say that's good or bad, or I'm not trying to glorify it, but it was just like, I think that's like the scary thing to me was it's like, what was the plan there? Like you were gonna try to groom them from 12 to, because it seemed like he did have like he was kind of just like a pimp at
Yeah.
one point. But with girls that like didn't really
Well,
have
that's
a
where
say.
my like issue with that show
in it.
was. Like, it was like, wow, that's a lot of stuff I didn't know about. We got to learn a lot about the victims, and that's important, putting a face to those victims. But I feel like they left so much on the table with that. Like, what you're saying is like, what was the goal?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, he gets his satisfaction, but I really do feel like there's a lot more to this. Whether that is like he is like a, the ringleader of a sex ring, and they mentioned like Bill
Yeah, they
Clinton
didn't go into
and
any of
Prince, whatever his fucking name was, Edward
Andrew,
or
yeah.
George, Andrew, whatever the fuck that Prince
Andrew,
was.
yeah.
Like, they just mentioned those two dudes, and
And Chris Tucker.
you gotta kind of Chris Tucker kind of
Yeah,
gotta
Chris Tucker.
pass.
Jesus.
But like,
Piece of shit.
I'm not
Lump
going
him
to
in.
accuse. I don't know if I'm liable for anything, but Acosta, that like lawyer, like there's
Yeah.
things involved where it's
Yeah.
like there's more people involved
Yeah.
than we think there are. So
Yeah, this documentary was shorter than an R. Kelly music video.
it's shorter. Like, that R. Kelly documentary was like 9 episodes
Yeah.
too long, and this one was way too
Yeah,
short.
and his music videos are 20.
Yeah,
so it's like
he has a 24-hour music video.
Yeah.
I know.
So like, this one is like,
In his
I
closet.
get Epstein was fucking the worst ever, and he's a ringleader, but I really do think he was a ringleader.
Yeah.
And there's all these other people that
Yeah.
he's like supplying girls to. He has an island where
Oh,
people can
dude,
go for the
for
weekend,
Sure.
and they don't touch any of that. Like, they kind of like
They
insinuate.
do briefly, yeah.
They insinuate.
They insinuate that
But
there's fucking
that's what
evidence,
the
and that's why he
story
was
is.
offed and shit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like, when he got killed in prison, he 100% didn't commit suicide. That was murder.
No.
They don't really like.
But they didn't even talk enough about the autopsy,
It was
if
like
you ask me,
8
too.
minutes.
They
Yeah.
talked about the
8
bone.
minutes of the final
Yeah,
episode is like,
fraction.
this might not have been murder. It's like 1000% that was not murder.
Yeah, I was a little bummed with
Someone fucking killed him
Yeah.
because he knows everything, and they kind of like
Or
pivot
suicide.
over
It
to
wasn't
this other girl
suicide,
that's
yeah.
like, oh, there was cameras in every room, so like
Mm-hmm.
every interaction was covered. Like, he has so much like blackmail on all these important people. And then we'll go on to the next scene. And it's like, wait, no, that's the
Well, then
story.
also the prison is notorious for, like, people being killed and murdered, and just
Yeah.
like a lack. That's what they're saying, like a lack of, accountability.
Care.
So it's like, well, if someone wants to kill him, they're gonna put him in a place like that.
Yeah.
And totally,
Yeah.
like, understandable. If you're a prison guard that works in that thing year round, and maybe you get like 50 grand a year, if someone
You're entitled
Of-
to a couple naps.
if someone is like of financial influence, that's like, here's 400 grand, like, here's 8 years salary and a lump sum for you to take a nap and turn the camera off. Like, why would that person not do that? Like, can you be so moral and noble that, like, here's 8 years salary all at once for a child predator to disappear? Like, we're not talking about, this person has a
So
bunch
hold
of
on, wait.
parking tickets.
You don't think he's even dead?
No, I mean, he did get killed.
Oh, yeah.
But you're not protecting someone that, like, they might have broken the law.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this guy 100% raped children
He's a piece of shit.
for 30 years.
Yeah.
And here's $500,000 to take a nap.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway,
Action.
internet fucking glitched. I say, I have no ill will against those security guards, prison guards, whatever. I would have taken that deal.
Yeah.
I would kill that guy for sure, or let it happen. Whatever. Fuck him. He's a pedophile.
Yeah, it's wrong.
It's wrong, but it's also
Yeah,
like
man,
I'm
wrong.
selfish
Yeah, I
as
don't
shit,
know
and that's a pedophile.
what's
Give
more,
me half
what's
$1 million.
more like as far as justice served. Like what I don't know. I don't know what would be better. Like the fear of getting
See,
killed,
now,
like in that moment,
I
is
know-
probably like second to none. But also having to suffer and bang you in the ass prison for fucking 30 years.
I think it depends, like, because the first time he went to jail, they talked about how it was basically like a hotel stay,
Right.
right? And I don't think that was
No,
gonna
no,
happen
no.
the second time,
No.
right? Like, I think we can agree to
Not
that.
likely. Yeah.
So, in my opinion, I think death is the easy way
fair
out.
enough. You would have
And
suffered more long
I
term.
think you fucking locking, like, this is just like, and this is like a different topic, whatever, but like capital punishment, death penalties, like, I never understood that at all. Like, I think make this person fucking live
I think
the rest
the
of their
fear
life
is
in
with
prison.
some of that
Yeah.
is
Like,
that
is
like
so fucking
like
worse.
parole things can change, even if there's like no eligibility for parole. That can still change. Like look at COVID. There's people that got locked up without the possibility of parole that are now being released to halfway houses because of this COVID thing. So I think that's the issue with capital punishment. It's like,
Really?
or like the death penalty is like if we just kill them, then it's done. There's closure. If we let them sit there and rot, there's still a chance that they might get out. They get a chance to reform and repent and do all these things. So I don't know. I think that's an argument.
I think what you're saying is bullshit.
I'm just
though.
saying it's
I
an
don't
argument.
believe that they're letting out people
They
without
have
no
it's
parole.
It's the same
they're not
media
letting-
that's
they're
reporting
no,
all
they're
these
not letting
COVID numbers.
fucking-
It's out there, dude.
They're not fucking letting Paul
Well,
Bernardo
they're letting
out
other
because
people
of
out that you don't know that
like,
have no eligibility for parole.
They might.
I know
They might have already.
They might let him out.
Like, okay,
They might have.
I think like they definitely are letting people out of prison.
They are.
but they're not fucking letting.
They're
like,
letting
serial
people out
rapers
to halfway
and child
houses that
molesters.
have been sentenced and given no eligibility for parole. They're being released to halfway houses right now and reintegrated. It's happening.
Like, again,
it's in
I
the
just-
States, but
I
it's
don't
happening.
think that's
I'm just
well,
saying.
that's fucking the States.
Well, so
They're
is Epstein,
dumb. Let them
motherfucker.
do-
Okay?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
I just
let
mean
them
like I
fucking
think
deal with it.
it's not a valid argument. I think that is a part of the argument. Is that it's like a fucking nail in the coffin if we kill this motherfucker, because they don't deserve any compassion or a chance to reform or any of that.
Yeah.
I think that's some of the argument.
I just like we live in Canada. Like there's what's that thing? It's like the violent offender.
Right.
Violent
Right?
Offender
Like if
Act
you get
or
deemed a
whatever.
violent offender, it doesn't it's like you're getting 25 years for killing. Like again, it comes back to like I feel like the benchmark here is like the Bernardo. But it's like Bernardo got like 2 life sentences for killing those 2 girls. But then gets deemed a violent offender that it's like, hey, if in 50 years, if you're still alive, like you're not getting out of prison. Like you're a piece of shit, right? Like I think that's the way to go for like shit like, and
Definitely rot in jail.
They're
It's
not
great.
they're not letting the violent offender, if you've been deemed a violent offender and then COVID comes, I don't think they're letting those people out of jail.
Yeah, I
and that's
agree.
fine by me. Like leave them in or give them COVID.
Yeah, but that's the same thing as the death penalty, right?
Give
So
them COVID.
Yeah.
That's what they want us to believe.
Just blow it in their mouth.
Yeah.
Like,
Spit it up their
fucking
nose.
shit through a hammock.
Yeah, shit through a hammock on them. Like maybe that's the punishment. It's not really
Not for
torture.
everybody, clearly.
No.
Like we're not trying to get information out of you, but like, listen, you're a violent offender. You're never getting out, and every day at 3:00, you're gonna get shit on through a hammock. That's your sentence.
Has to be a hammock.
Has to be a hammock, or don't do it.
Yeah. And not some fancy hammock.
Mm-mm.
Not some like, mosquito net
Yeah, good
hammock. Like a
quality.
good one.
It sounded like in your
Good.
clip when I pictured a hammock, I just thought
Yeah,
it
that's
was
what I'm
like one of those
picturing.
meshy
Yep.
ones that it's
But
like
they say cut a hole.
right? But
Yeah.
in that one, in your clip,
Yeah.
Cut
they
a
say
hole.
cut a hole, and it's
Right.
like, wow, you're just ruining the hammock.
Ruining
to
But it's
fucking
used
shit on
daily,
You're not
somebody.
gonna
so is
hem
it
the
ruined?
edges
I
or
don't know.
nothing?
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. If you're still,
Also,
if you're using it every day, it's
Just
clearly not
speaking of
ruining.
$1 million ideas, I think a great camping toilet solution would be to have some kind of hammock system. Honestly, you're off the ground, you're supported, there's a little hole in it. You don't have to cut the hole; it comes pre-cut. You know, and you can also use it for kink. But isn't that a great idea? Just a little fucking butt hammock, hang up between two trees, plop a squat, boom, $1 million right there. Patent pending.
Shout out to another podcast that I fucking love is the 9 Club about skateboarding. And 2 weeks ago, like Mike Sinclair was on the podcast. He's like a team manager for Foundation or Toy Machine, like one of those Tumieto brands. And he was talking about, like, this is absolutely what Mike was just saying. He was in North Carolina when the pandemic started, and he had to get back to California, and all the, like, airlines were shut down, and he got real paranoid about the, you know, getting sick. So he's like, I'm just going to drive from North Carolina to California in one shot. And his solution was, like, I'm going to get one of those little, like, fucking folding camping chairs and cut a hole in it. And just every couple hours, like, pull over on the side of the road and just shit. Not even a bag, you just shit on the ground. Like, just park the car, open the passenger door, open his fucking camping chair, sit, fucking pop a squat. And he's like, there's nothing better than that feeling of just opening your camping chair. You
know, in this troubled COVID times, I've had to build myself a toilet. I'm not afraid to say
it's COVID. He's like, I had to do it.
I had to do it.
I had to do it. I had to just shit. And he's just like, there's turds from North Carolina back to San
every 100
Francisco.
miles.
every 100 miles, like there's a little turd.
What is this man eating that he's got to shit every 100 miles?
He's so funny. Like, he's just like a pretty
astronaut.
fat dude that's like obsessed with candy and Skittles. Like, he's actually so funny.
I was gonna say, like, what about that astronaut, that crazy woman astronaut that like, drove from? She was a woman. And I'm just specifying who she was. I don't know her name, but she drove from like Texas to Florida, like shitting and pissing on herself.
Oh, wore a
to, like,
diaper or something.
Her ex-husband. Yeah, Natalie Portman played her in a movie. I think it was called Shit Piss Astronaut.
Shit Piss Chronicles or something. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I don't know the one I see.
You know the one.
Got it on Blu-ray. Got it on Poo-ray.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, Poo-ray.
Got it on Poo-ray DVD.
Oh, yeah, I can't believe... I wish Epstein got shit on.
And he might have, though. That might still come out. Yeah.
He might have.
He might have. Yeah.
You can't say he didn't.
But just like, yeah, I don't know what I was going to say. Piece of garbage.
Like, it's one of those docs that's like, this is 4 episodes.
Wasn't enough.
But it wasn't enough, and also, like, there's way too much.
I think, like
there wasn't, like, a long build to anything. It's, like, from, like, minute 3. 3 minutes in the first episode, like, this guy's garbage. Mm-hmm. Like, what else they're going to say is going to change my mind.
Survivor's story.
It's just going to, like,
it was 3 episodes of the Survivor story.
Yeah.
But also, one thing I realized that I didn't know this was happening socially. Instead of victims, they're calling them survivors now. Which I guess, like, yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Cool.
I noticed it for the first time, and it was like, I mean, that's more on brand, I guess. Like, not everyone wants to be labeled a victim. You know what I mean? It's more socially I don't know. It's so fuck social anything, but like in the social world, it's like to call yourself a victim has all these. It rings negative. As a survivor, there's like a fucking a triumph to it.
Right.
Oh yeah. People think you know Jeff Probst.
Yeah, wow! Don't drop T.
Everyone thinks you put at least 31 episodes in.
Don't bring him into this. No. No.
You spent 39 days in Fiji?
Yeah. No, I didn't notice that. I thought it was neat.
But you guys I feel like we should talk about how and I think we've kind of talked about this, how I think I think it's too soon. The whole, like, we don't know enough of the story.
He's dead.
Jeff Probst or Jeffrey Epstein?
No, Jeffrey Epstein. I just feel, though, that it's like we haven't said her name, but fucking what's her name? Like Gaylish or whatever.
No one knows her name.
Yeah,
it's spelled incredibly wrong.
Ghislaine.
Gay
whatever
Lane.
her name is.
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine, that's right.
Ghislaine.
Yeah.
The Ghislaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chest.
Like, I
Through a
feel
hammer.
like there's more to this story, and even in the, but it's like, it only happened, like, when did he die? Like 2015, maybe?
I think it was
I just
sooner.
mean, like, it's
It
like,
was so much
Yeah, it
more.
was
It was like
2019.
2019.
what year is
It
it?
was like
It was
couple
so
months ago.
recent.
Yeah.
It's like 2019.
Yeah, fuck it.
He's still warm.
I'm fucking in, like, this COVID blur,
How long has
right?
COVID
He's
been?
warm.
Jeez.
But I just mean, like, I feel like there's just been, it's like, they don't know. They don't know anything that
No,
this
they
guy
don't know
did.
half of it.
That, like, and even, like, his death, it's like, he clearly didn't die of natural causes. And I don't think
No,
he
it's
fucking
doubtful.
hung himself.
No.
Like, by the sounds of it, like, they made it look like he hung himself, but they also, like, he was just laying on the floor with, like, a sheet around his neck attached to the bed. But, like,
Yeah.
like 2 feet. You know what I mean? Like, he's just laying on the ground, and it's like, okay, like, that didn't do that. Like, how do you
Yeah.
kill yourself like that? I
He's
guess,
like
I don't know.
rolled off the top bunk with that
What,
tied
doesn't
on
have
and broke
legs
his
or
neck.
something?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, his legs would for sure hit the ground first and break that fall.
Yeah,
He's not breaking his neck from that.
no.
It would take so much willpower to just like hang yourself
Yeah.
by strangulation and not like,
Oh, yeah.
let me just use my core for
Yeah.
1 second and lean
But
forward
you know,
and take
people
the
do
weight
die
off.
trying to masturbate
Like,
with
it
shit
was
around their
so
neck. So I
fucking-
mean, like, it does happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Robin Williams. Like,
but
hung
that's
himself
also
by a
like
doorknob.
because they want to get so close to the
Yeah.
fucking edge, they black out and then
Yeah,
they
and
black
then
out.
there's like
And
you
then they
can't do
fuck
anything
out.
with your core once
and that's
you're blacked out.
like they've done it hundreds of times.
Oh yeah.
That
Before.
they've got so close to the edge that like
Yeah.
oh they went a little too far. This is not
No,
Epstein
no.
in a jail like
Although we don't know if he was
immediately,
into
like,
that or not. We don't know nothing.
yeah. He might have
might
been.
have been.
He
He
might
might
have
have
been.
been into
He might have
scat
been
sex.
tugging the egg dick.
Yeah.
He might have been tugging his egg.
Autoerotic scat sex.
Scrambling his egg.
Might have.
He might have.
But it, like, the one thing that I find interesting is, like, everybody kind of clings to the Clintons had
Oh.
something to do with
Yeah.
his death,
Who knows?
and I don't
man?
buy that. Like, in my opinion,
So many important people.
so many important people, but, like, as of right now, 2019 apparently when this took place, it's
Yeah.
like, do you not think that, like, maybe Donald
Dude.
Trump has more to lose?
Than
His
Clinton.
Clinton
hair was
than the
bad back
Clintons.
Yeah.
then, eh? Like
You
that
know what I mean?
hair.
Right.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you don't
don't
know. Like if
You
a
don't
video
know.
came out of like Bill, like in a very like horrible situation that you could be
Yeah.
charged with a crime, like he
Yeah.
might like.
Yeah, but
Hey,
he's not the
prison
only
guard,
one.
here's
That's what you're
200
saying.
grand.
There's
Again, like-
potentially hundreds
That's
of
what I
thousands
mean.
of people. in
It's incredibly,
compromising
like-
positions, right? They got
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they
Jerry
like they
Seinfeld.
mentioned even like he had ties to like
Jackie
Saudi
Chan.
Arabia. Like he had a Saudi Arabian passport in that case
Yeah.
in his like
Yeah.
safe or whatever. Like there's so many important people that are just like, hey, I don't want a video of me raping a child.
Yeah.
Like
'Cause
out. I'm
like-
gonna do what I can to just make that not happen.
It was, I don't know, this is just my own, like, nerdy comic book, but it was like he was very much just like the Kingpin, where
Yeah,
it's like his
that's-
superpower was just like having the ability to get dirt
Blackmail
on people
everybody,
and blackmail
and that's
them.
where like.
Yeah.
Even like they talk about like Trump's comments of like, oh, I had a falling out with him years ago, like he's not a good guy. It's like follow up.
Yeah, yeah.
What was the falling out?
Yeah.
Did he mention he filmed you fucking a child?
Yeah.
Like, and you owe him a favor? Is that the falling out?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
Again,
What?
the rich and elite are hanging around
Everyone
with
should
this
have a
guy
falling out
who's
with
a
him.
part of the rich and elite and doing these nasty things, and they're all fucking in cahoots with each other, you know, on this island and shit. Of course, they were all involved in this. Of course. And sorry
Yeah.
for the one person that was
Yeah.
at the island
And,
that
like,
gets
even-
lumped in, that wasn't involved, but the odds are pretty fucking slim that you were there for any other reason. You know?
Yeah.
You're going to Pedo
There's a-
Island. It's called Pedo
I'm
Island.
like, this is gonna.
Jeffrey's Little Pedo
Yeah.
Island.
There's a
or
level
whatever
of, like-
it was called.
The one guy that they talked to that was like, you know, the gardener
Yeah,
or
he's
something.
like, I'm
I
not
don't even
talking
know,
about
but he
this at
was
all.
like, yeah, I worked there for like 10 years, and then like somebody finally asked me like, would I let my
Oh,
kids
that
come
guy.
here, and
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, no.
Yeah.
And then he quit.
I never thought about
I
it.
never
before.
thought about it like that. Like, go fuck
Yeah.
yourself, you piece of shit. Like,
I thought you meant
totally
the other
let
guy.
your
They had a
daughters
guy
go
just on the
there.
phone,
The
and he's like,
paycheck was
"I'm not
good.
talking about any of this. I don't want to get sued. I don't want like." There's got to be so many of those people out there, like that have worked there temporarily,
Yeah.
or fucking that just don't want to spill the beans. Like, there's got to be. There's so much more to this fucking story.
For sure.
man.
And the shittiness of it is, it was always like, especially like in the early days before he
Yeah.
got booked, was like Epstein just had all the money in the fucking world to throw at these
Oh, yeah.
things. Like, they talked about that, where it was like he had like 4 or 5 different private investigators
Yeah.
following girls around so they wouldn't say
He
things.
died
You know,
with
it was like
500 million in assets.
that,
500
you know.
million. Yeah.
That's so much
That's
money.
fucked. And that's not even
That's-
money, right? Like,
Yeah.
that's just like the shit that he owns.
Yeah, just the
Like your
properties
assets,
are
right?
valued
Yeah.
at that. I think it's like it showed him his like itemized list, and he had something like 50 million in cash,
Insane.
which is insane.
Yeah.
To have a bank account with just 50 million in it, and he's thrown off $200 a fucking massage 3 times a day. It's
Yeah.
like a fucking not even a penny to him.
No.
Not even a penny
wouldn't
to
be
have some
anything.
fucking child come jerk
But
him
also,
off.
like, what's up with
Which
Giz
is
Lane? What's her
fucked.
role in all this? Is she getting off on it, or is she just like a?
She's getting some kind of payment, I guess.
She, by this,
She's a co-conspirator.
She-
That's what I mean. This documentary
Yeah.
left so much
they
more
didn't
questions.
but I feel like I think
she denied all
Giselle
allegations.
or whatever her name,
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine, was
Just
like him breeding those girls. Not breeding. I shouldn't say breeding.
breeding's
but like,
a good term.
what's the like grooming those young girls. You know, I don't think that was like what the case was with her.
Yeah,
But I always kind of felt that
She
it
was
was like
involved.
she was like she probably started the same way, and like you
Yeah.
were telling me about like her dad.
her dad is like a famous like dude
pedo.
that I don't know if he's a pedo, but it's the same weird like
How do you
hyper
have your
rich.
wealth? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Her dad, something Maxwell, ran the Daily Mirror in the UK. Like started it in the 70s, and it's just some garbage tabloid. And he took out a whole bunch of loans from the Israeli government to fund it. And then in the early 90s, her dad like took his like 80,000 foot yacht like out on a trip in the Mediterranean, and when the yacht came back, he wasn't on it anymore. And it was like either he fell off the boat in the middle of the night,
Yeah, right.
either the Israeli government was like sick of this guy not paying interest on that loan and infiltrated and murdered him, or he faked his
Yeah.
own death.
Yeah.
Like there's
Could do
only
the Krusty
3
the Clown.
things.
Yeah.
And he just it was like 1991, like this guy just disappeared, and then the Daily Mirror, his like newspaper, was like divided amongst the investors, but he disappeared.
Yeah.
Body has never been found, and it's either like Krusty the Clown faked his own death because he owed money, or people he owed
Yeah.
money to like
Killed
came
him.
for him.
In a dinghy.
And I just mean like I don't know if there's any like weird sexual allegations,
Still
but like
sketchy.
his
Yeah.
daughter being involved in this other fucking super sketchy thing.
Yeah.
It's like this is just the
Yeah.
world's elite, like top 1%, whatever they call it. They play
Yeah,
by
dude.
their own fucking
Oh
rules.
yeah. It's totally like, have you ever seen that movie Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise?
Exactly.
And they just have that
Yeah.
the whole like last chapter,
Orgy.
the act of the movie
Yeah.
is like a sex club.
Yeah.
Well,
like
the
that.
only-
That's real.
And,
Like, that was a
and the only
biopic.
reason
It's
it's
real.
we're
You
hearing
know?
about it or learning about it or it's getting spoke of is because of the age of media. It's because of this age we're in, because people have cameras
Yeah.
at their disposal, because everything's being reported, all information's being shared. Like, there's a reason that no one was talking about this publicly 20 years ago. There's a reason why magazines weren't running it, because they'd lose distribution rights and fucking advertisements.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't matter. There's free media and single people that have a strong, like just as strong of a voice as anybody else, and it reaches everybody else. It's like that's the only reason we're hearing about any of this shit. It's
Yeah.
all been going on forever. It's going to continue to go on too.
Well, that's
Fuck.
like, I feel like in this like in the Black Lives Matter movement, like I keep seeing this Will Smith quote, the philosopher Will Smith, basically just saying that it's like racism hasn't gotten worse,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just getting
That's
filmed
it, yeah.
now, right? And it's the same with what you're talking about, and I feel like we were talking about this the other day, where and it's the weirdness with like the fake news where the guy, like I feel like Trump is almost like a fucking like the scary movie of fucking like fake news. Like it's like amazing what the spin that they put on shit, but it's just like they've always been doing this. But now that everybody has a phone in their pocket and has like the internet and can look at other things, it's like you can't do that anymore. There was an era where the mafia killed a president, and it got fucking spun into something, you know what I mean? Because they could do that. Yeah, like people got their news at 6 o'clock on the TV. And then turned it off at 7.
Everything else the neighborhood was chattering
tomorrow.
about was all communist shit. It was all commies. You know what I mean? Like,
it was the commies, and then again, it's like, you know, the shittiness of like those the fucking the CNNs and the Fox Newses of the world are owned by fucking corporations and political parties that they're only fucking telling you the shit that they
fits their narrative
want to hear.
And shit.
They want you to hear. And it's like, we're going to tell you the story about the president getting shot, but it was the Russians.
Right.
You know? And it's just their little spin that they can put on it. But, like, now, like, you know, like, I've talked about this before, but it's like, I like to go to all the news feeds and see what's the story, what's happening, right? And it's, I don't know. It's like, it hasn't changed. It's just, people are more informed.
Well, and, like, being able
now.
to, like, put it out into the world and it be taken seriously, one voice does have a lot more pull than it ever has before. One person just needs to say the wrong or the right thing on the internet in the right forum, and the whole world's talking about it. Where that was never a possibility 10 years before this, or even 5 years before this. You know?
No. Definitely not.
But, I mean, fuck whatever. Fuck Epstein. Fuck all the rich elite. Give me your money, and I'll do good with it. I'll have van farms all over the fucking place. One in Palm Springs. One in fucking New Mexico.
Oh, Palm Springs looks sick. That's a cool neighborhood.
If you get all the rich people out of there and just have a bunch of skids roaming around, it'd be awesome.
Oh.
Skid Island.
Get all the pedos out. Yeah, it seems pretty sick.
Well,
one day.
Yeah.
I think with that, though, let's give a shout out to Bike Thieves, our favorite punk band that supplies our intro music. You guys rule. Support them on Bandcamp. Do what you got to do. You can get this podcast wherever the hell podcasts are formed.
Poorly formed.
Everywhere.
Bread.
iHeartRadio, all of them.
I want to give a shout out again to Punk Rock Isolation and how fun that's all been, and also a special shout out to Simon for getting ahead of the game. He's been cock blocking me on all the songs I want to do, but he's been killing it. And I still might do some of them just because I love those songs so much, and I've been practicing them. But shout out to Punk Rock Isolation, Simon, Britt, fucking Rory, you guys, whoever, RJ, you need to get one out. I can't just keep wearing your shirt. You gotta you gotta do one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of these days.
Nikki and Sean and everybody.
Fucking shout out. Big fucking shout out to Mike's friend who shit on her.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Friend that...
You know who you are.
Yeah. Never forget.
Bye.
Until next time.
Yeah. Goodbye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in this week. We are Pretty Much Experts. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. While you're at it, go have a look at our Facebook page. You can ask an expert any time of day or night, whatever you like. And if you're into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear from you, baby. Thanks again, everybody. Tune in next week. We are Pretty Much Experts, and we love you, I guess.